It's another big day in the crypto market as Robinhood makes a huge acquisition of a crypto company in Canada, and asset manager VanEck launches a tokenized fund on multiple blockchains. And one of the largest investment firms in crypto is looking to go public in the US, and the wrapped asset race is on between Flare and Coinbase. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, it was a big day for crypto and I have a lot of important news to share with you, so make sure you watch and listen to the end. First up, we got an update around Flare. Many of you know I hold the Flare token. I'm bullish on the Flare network as they're going to create a lot of DeFi opportunities for different assets. For example, XRP. So Hugo Filion says we are aiming to launch FXRP version 1.1 on Songbird tomorrow. So that's Wednesday. Now, Songbird is the testnet, and eventually they're going to move this to the actual Flare mainnet. So this is very good, and they're going to do this for other assets like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and much more. But also today we got news that Coinbase is going to launch wrapped Cardano, wrapped Doge, wrapped Litecoin, and XRP. So the race is on here. Many of you know Coinbase has wrapped Bitcoins. They call it CBBTC. So it'll be CBXRP, CBLTC, and so on and so forth. So this just shows there's a race to open up DeFi opportunities for assets which don't have natural ability to do that. They are not proof of stake or smart contract platforms like Ethereum, like Solana. So Flare is enabling it for these different assets. So this is really great. It will open up new opportunities for XRP holders and different asset holders to be able to stake, do borrowing and lending, and much more to earn passive income. This is going to be a huge market, in my opinion, as you have institutions holding these assets along with retail. You can see the economy being set up here, borrowing and lending, and it will be a global economy because anyone across the world can participate if they have internet connection. And because of the blockchain, you don't necessarily have to know that person or know who they are, just that the smart contract and the blockchain protects you, of course. So very big news here for wrapped assets. Now, moving ahead, the SEC has delayed the Grayscale Spot Solana ETF. This comes as no surprise. Just about a few weeks ago, they delayed the XRP, Dogecoin, and other ETFs. What have I been saying? The SEC needs to have the futures markets in place, and then they need to have a good sample size of time to view and how the market performs, make sure everything is good, cross their T's, dot their I's before they approve the spot ETF. Now, they don't inherently need the futures, but that's how they've been doing it. They did it for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I think they're doing the same thing here. And remember that Solana futures went live on the CME. XRP futures on the CME is coming later this month. So we're still very early, and we're going to need to have these things be reviewed by the SEC. And remember, the deadline is still like October. And who knows, the approval of these altcoin ETFs could signal the top of the market. So that's where we're going to watch this closely, along with the charts, along with the on-chain data, to make sure we're taking profits at the right time and we are walking away from this bull market with money in our pockets. So this should come as no surprise. Look at this. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who I've had on the podcast, has urged President Trump or the Trump administration to eliminate taxes on Bitcoin and crypto companies. This would be massive if they are able to get this right. If President Trump is able to do an executive order or he works with Congress to put something into the crypto legislation bills, that will be awesome. We'll see what they're able to come up with. It could be a really nice tax breaks. We know that the United States government has given tax break to different industries. So why not crypto if you're trying to get the business to boom here? So let's see what they're able to come up with. But if they're able to do it, it will be very, very bullish for the market. Now look at this, folks. This is very big. Robinhood, many of you know that platform where you can buy, sell, trade stocks and crypto. They are going to acquire Canada's Wonderfi for $179 million in a global crypto push. So Robinhood has been on a tear, launching all types of services, acquiring different companies. Many of you may recall, just I think last year they acquired Bitstamp Exchange, which is a huge acquisition. Bitstamp was huge in the European markets, and I actually interviewed the CEO of Bitstamp US months ago. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. But folks, this should just show you the direction we're heading in. Robinhood would not be spending this type of money to acquire crypto companies if they didn't see what's on the horizon, and that this asset class is on the rise. We're still early, and that the world is going to be running on blockchain, folks. So they recognize it, and they've been working on even setting up 24-hour, 7-day-a-week trading. And they've been working on tokenization as well, trying to put stocks on the blockchain. So all signs point to crypto here as you see these huge firms getting involved. So the acquisition is expected to close in the second half of 2025, Robinhood said in a May 13 news release. Wonderfi operates two of Canada's long-standing regulated crypto trading platforms, BitBuy and Coinsquare, managing over 2.1 billion Canadian dollars in assets under custody. These platforms offer crypto trading, staking, and custody services. Here's a quote: Wonderfi has built a formidable family of brands serving beginner and advanced crypto users alike, making them an ideal partner to accelerate Robinhood's mission in Canada, said Johan Kerbrat, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Robinhood Crypto. Many of you may recall I had Johan on the podcast last year. So under the terms of the deal, Robinhood will acquire all outstanding Wonderfi shares at 0.36 Canadian dollars per share, a 41% premium over Wonderfi's last closing price on the Toronto Stock Exchange, and a 71% premium over its 30-day volume weighted average price. So folks, huge acquisition. We're seeing a lot of M&A activity. We're seeing folks looking to do IPOs and going public and much more. It's signs of a bull market and growth. And these are things we saw in the last bull market to a certain degree, where Coinbase went public, and that signaled a major local top of the market. And this is where we want to be vigilant as we're looking to take profits. All great news, and Robinhood really trying to grab as much market share here in acquiring Bitstamp, which services the EU markets, and now a big acquisition in Canada. So you can see what they're doing here. I'm going to try to get their CEO Vlad on the podcast to talk about all of this. Now, folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer one enterprise blockchains out there. They're getting a lot of adoption globally by different brands and companies. I'm a VET token holder. I have been since 2018. I'm very bullish on this project. Some of the key features of the VeChain blockchain includes it's secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. They are working with brands such as Givenchy, Walmart China, BMW, PwC, Boston Consulting Group, and they even partner with Dana White and the UFC to do some really great things where they're creating an ecosystem with their VBILL rewards, so you can reward people for doing healthy activities and doing things that are sustainably better for the environment and much more. So check this project out. You can go to vchain.org. Link will be in the description. All right, moving ahead, asset manager VanEck joins the tokenization race with US Treasury Fund token. It seems like all the major Wall Street firms are launching tokenized funds. Most recently, we heard from Franklin Templeton that they did this, and then we know BlackRock kicked it off, right? BlackRock was the one who did it, launching VBILL. And I think Fidelity has their own. So you see the direction everybody's going in. And the tokenized US Treasury Fund was developed with Securitized. So that's the same firm that helped BlackRock. And they have launched the fund on Avalanche, BNB Chain, Ethereum, and Solana networks. So as I've stated many times, it's going to be a multi-chain world. You can't just stay on one chain, and you got to have interoperability. So this is very smart of them, and it's very easy for these firms to plug and play in different chains. So they'll start off with a handful like they are here, and they'll expand over time. Now, as things progress, some chains are not going to get as much adoption. There's going to be a competition. You're going to have your winners and losers. So it makes sense to get the fund on these different chains and then consolidate over time as, maybe the adoption falls off for some of these chains. But folks, look what's happening. And again, there are people out there who think this is all a Ponzi and a scam and all that, and they don't even see what's happening. So let me give you more details. VanEck has launched its first tokenized fund, the VanEck Treasury Fund, VBILL, offering a on-chain access to short-term US Treasury debt across multiple blockchain networks. VBILL requires a minimum investment of $100,000 on most blockchains and $1 million on Ethereum, with assets held by State Street and priced daily using Redstone's Oracle service. This is just amazing. Look at the names involved: State Street and Redstone. Man, it's just incredible. State Street is a Wall Street firm, been around before crypto, and now they're forced to be involved in crypto because this is the future. This is the next asset class, and everything will be running on the blockchain, folks. And look at this, folks. Animoca Brands plans US listing to capture unique moment of Trump administration. So Animoca Brands, for those of you who don't know, they are a Hong Kong-based crypto investment firm. I recently had one of the co-founders, Yat Su, on the podcast back in April, and I'll be doing a round 2 interview with him this coming Sunday in person at my studio down in Wall Street, because he's one of the great minds. If you listen to him talk, and he was building in Web 1.0, so he's part of that group of folks who were early innovators and entrepreneurs in Web 1.0. They went to Web 2, and now they're here building in Web 3. So very smart mind, and he's a billionaire. They've raised hundreds of millions of dollars, and it makes sense that they're looking to come to the United States and go public. So I'm definitely going to ask Yacht about this in my interview with him. So let me give you some more details about Animoca Brands. The Hong Kong-based company has been a prominent investor in the Web3 industry for a number of years, having risen to prominence during the non-fungible token NFT boom of 2021. Its investments include blockchain game Axie Infinity, NFT marketplace OpenSea, and Kraken. Beyond investments in NFTs and GameFi projects, Animoca Brands' most recent financial report showed a pivot towards its advisory service, which covers token advisory, tokenomics, marketing, listing advisory, node operation, and trading services. Animoca holds $293 million in cash and stablecoins, $538 million in digital assets, and $2.9 billion in off-balance sheet token reserves on its balance sheet, according to its latest report. So this is a powerhouse, folks, and they're looking to come do an IPO, or maybe just go public via SPAC or whatever it may be here in the United States. This is huge. Shows you the signs of the times and how things have changed, folks. Really amazing stuff. So, folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. We're getting a lot of bullish news these days, and it makes sense. The market is heating up, right? And we're waiting for Bitcoin to finish its consolidation and keep moving, and altcoins will follow. So patience is the key. And as always, make sure you have a cash out plan. Folks, a great way you can support me and the podcast if you appreciate this content is to please subscribe to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free on Substack, link in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. Check out my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of the crypto market. Best of all, you will hear from experts. No other course offers this. You will hear from founders, CEOs, and institutional investors. It's packed with a ton of value. It includes videos, text write-ups, downloadable materials. You pay a one-time fee, you get lifetime access, and you could go at your own pace, and you can share the login with your friends and family if you want. Folks, knowledge is power, so expand your knowledge about crypto, and there's a lot of useful links and much more in this, a crypto cash out template as well, so you can get access to all of that stuff. So if you'd like to learn more, go to mycryptocourse.com. Folks, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.